I am on the farm today, and if you could see my direction, I am looking out a big picture window, and I can see like 3 cows just like eating their lunch. It's really nice. So I couldn't give you the view though. I tried, but it was too much light coming in this way, so you get to look at the living room instead. So to start, we will come to child's pose. And I will let you know what we're doing today as we integrate in child's pose. So child's pose, you have your knees wide, big toes together to touch. Sink your hips back towards your heels, and then walk your hands out in front of you. Let your forearms and your forehead rest on the mat. And this is an inactive pose. So we are allowing our hips to release, letting the neck and shoulders relax. And we'll be here for a minute or so. So we're going to begin to seal our lips and breathe through our nose. Beginning to slow down the breath. Maybe taking deeper inhales so that the belly fills, and then longer exhales. And today in our practice, we are going to be focusing on the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is where you would think it would be in your throat. It's associated with the color blue and the ideas of speaking your truth, of not being afraid to speak or to state your opinion. It's also associated with the idea of the heart chakra that we did last week of knowing your truth and knowing your opinion, knowing yourself. So now that we've gone through the heart chakra, we move up the body into the throat chakra, where we are able to express that truth. And so today, as we begin to express our truth, focusing on the throat chakra, we'll also be focusing on not only our verbal out loud speech with others, but our self-talk. Making sure that that self-talk reflects our truth. That we aren't lying to ourselves, and that we aren't saying anything to ourselves that we wouldn't say to another person. So not being down on ourselves, but being encouraging and positive. Maybe taking a positive outlook on our body's ability, on our own maybe intellectual or emotional abilities. And so keeping that in mind, that throat chakra focus today as we practice. And so on your next inhale, we'll come up to tabletop, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll begin with cat and cow, so waking up the spine. On our next inhale, we let the belly drop, point the tailbone down, or point the tailbone up. Then maybe even lift the head so that that throat is exposed. And then on our exhale, point the tailbone down, round the back, let the head drop. So maybe that throat feels constricted here. Inhale to cow pose, exposing the throat. Exhale to cow, or exhale to cat. Inhale to cow, dropping the belly. Exhale to cat, rounding the back. This time we'll inhale to a neutral spine. And then exhale, find your stability, shoulders and knees, your core is strong. Inhale, we're going to reach the left foot back behind us, the right foot out in front of us, finding that bird dog. The hips are stable and even, so that left hip isn't opening up, but it's still facing the earth. Exhale, bring it under knee to elbow. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, bring it under. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, set it down. Inhale, left arm, right leg, reaching long, fingertips to toes. And then exhale, bring it under. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale as you breathe out, scrunch under. Inhale as you breathe in and fill the lungs, you expand. Exhale, bring it under. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, set it down. From here, we'll plant the right hand on the earth. As we inhale, bring the left arm up, opening up the heart towards the sky. And then exhale, threading the needle, left arm under the right. Right hand can stay on the mat where it is, underneath the shoulder. You can walk it out in front of you. On your inhale, bring the right hand underneath the shoulder. Again, press into it, bring the left arm up. And then exhale, set it down. Inhale, plant the left hand, bring the right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Keep that left hand here, or option to reach it out. Next, inhale, bring that left hand underneath the shoulder, press into it as you bring the right arm up. And then exhale, set the right arm down. Inhale, curl the toes under. Lift the knees up, engage the core, and then exhale, press the torso back towards the thighs. Finding almost a pounced position, pressing the mat away from you through the palms, sending your sit bones up and back. Inhale, lengthen the legs. And then exhale, begin to pedal the legs, bending one knee and then the other. Finding stillness, sending the sit bones back and up, letting the spine grow long, so creating more space between each vertebrae. Inhale, lift between the palms and bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Put a slight bend in the knees. Let the spine waterfall towards the earth. You bring opposite hand to opposite elbow. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. And letting the head come back to the center. Maybe begin to sway side to side. Letting a slight bend come into the knees as you gently move side to side. And then slowing it down, coming back to center. Releasing the hands towards the earth. On an inhale, using your core, keeping that slight bend in your knees, slowly roll up to standing, bringing the arms out and up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Very nice. We begin to do some sun A salutations. So we'll inhale, arms come out and up. Opening up the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the palms and step back. High plank, top of a push-up. Inhale, shift forward just a little bit. And then exhale, lower down, knees can come down, core stays strong, elbows stay in. Tops of the feet lay flat on the mat. Inhale, lift the heart up, shine the heart forward. Exhale, curl the toes under, press back through tabletop and find downward facing dog. Inhale, lift between the palms, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find that flat back, reach out in front of you through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up tall, arms reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath in here, let it go. Inhale, arms come out and up. We'll do that another time. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, keep that flat back as you step back and lower down to the mat, knees up or down. Inhale, find cobra with the shoulders roll down the back. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift between the palms, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, let that spine release, folding forward. Inhale, rise up tall, arms come up. Exhale, heart center. One more time, inhale, arms come out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, high to low plank. Knees up or down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, press back, down dog. Inhale, look between the palms, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, bring your arms out and up. Interlace the fingers, release the pointer fingers. And then exhale, planting into that left foot, lean up and over to the right. You're still keeping that right side body long, so you're not collapsing down into it, but creating more space between each of those bones in your spine. With each inhale, you reach long. Exhale, you soften into the posture. Keep both your hips facing forward. Keep that left shoulder on top of the right so you're opening up towards the sky. On your next inhale, with control, rise back up, bringing your hips underneath you. And then exhale, reach up and then over towards that left side, rooting down through the right foot. Again, you're opening up the heart towards the ceiling and then rooting down through that right foot, but not collapsing into that left side, but reaching up and then over. So you're creating space in the body, more space for that air, that inhale to come into. Exhale, softening, but still staying strong and controlled. On your next inhale, with control, rise back up. And then exhale, release to a forward fold, swan diving forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, high to low plank. So we're taking that flow or that vinyasa, lowering down, knees up or down. Inhale, option to come to cobra like we did before. Or maybe laying the tops of the feet flat on the mat, shoulders away from the ears, arms extended, pressing the mat away from you. Coming into upward facing dog. Take another inhale here. And then exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg up. And then exhale, step it through, low lunge. Staying on the ball of that back foot, we're going to rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, reach long through the fingertips. And then exhale, twist towards that right knee. Both legs stay strong, so contracting the muscles in both legs so they stay stable. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, pivot that back foot 90 degrees. And then come to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left hand rests lightly on that back leg. That back leg is still strong. And that right arm comes up and back, finding a nice stretch in that right side body. Exhale, bring the palm the forearm to the right thigh. That left arm comes up and over. You have a long line of energy from the left heel all the way to the left fingertips. Again, we're not collapsing into this right side body, but we're creating a longer spine. So reaching up and out. On your next inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, extend the right leg. Inhale, reach up towards the sky and look up. Exhale, return to warrior two. Inhale, rise up, lengthen the legs, arms reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise. This time as we exhale to warrior two, we'll cartwheel the palms to frame that front foot, pivot the back foot, and step the right foot back to meet the left. Take that flow or skip it and meet us in down dog. If you're flowing, lower down, knees up or down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Staying on the ball of that back right foot. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, pull that left hip back, right hip forward. Both legs are strong. Inhale, reach tall through the fingertips. And then exhale, twist towards that left side. Again, both legs are squeezing so that those thighs are pulling in towards your center. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, open up to warrior two with that left leg forward. Those both feet are pressing the mat apart while your thighs are pulling in towards your core. You're in warrior two here. We'll inhale to reverse warrior. Right hand rests lightly on that back leg, or you can take a half bind. That left arm reaches up and back. Your core, though, is still stable in your center over your hips. You have that stretch in the left side body. Take one more inhale here, really reach back. And then exhale, come forward, find extended side angle. Left arm finds the left thigh. That left knee is stacked on top of the left ankle. Right arm reaches long. Again, we have energy in this left side body, so we're not collapsing down, but really reaching up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet in front of you. On your next inhale, return to warrior two. Exhale, stay here. Feel your strength building and extend that left leg. Inhale, reach up and look up. Fingers pointing up towards the sky. Exhale, come down to warrior two. Left hand reaches forward, right arm reaches back behind you. Inhale, rise up and lengthen those legs. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lengthen, warrior two. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, return to warrior two. And then pivot the back foot, bring the hands to either side of that front foot and step back. Take that flow or meet us in down dog. If you're flowing, knees up or down. Inhale to that heart opening, so cobra or up dog. And then exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the top of your mat, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take an inhale here, catch your breath, slow it down if it started to get a little bit faster. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, arms come out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. And then exhale, plant your palms to the mat, step back, and we'll find downward facing dog. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg. As we exhale, we'll bring it forward into plank, bringing that right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, press back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the right knee to the nose, coming forward into plank, using that core. Inhale, press back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the right knee to the left elbow. You can stay here hovering, or if you would like, extend that right leg out and then set it down. From here, bring your weight onto that right hand, pivot the left foot, and open up the front body. So reaching that left arm up and back. That right arm is strong. We're stacked on top of it. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, bring that left hand to the mat. Pick that right foot up, don't drag it, bring it underneath you, and then step back to downward facing dog. You can come down, find hero's pose. So coming down to your knees, you can stay here in tabletop. You can come to hero's pose, letting the hips come back to the heels, and then letting your torso come upright. Taking a moment to breathe or reset. Maybe let the shoulders kind of roll back a few times, then roll forward. As long as we're here, we'll bring that right arm across and hugging it with that left arm. And then switching, left arm comes across, hugging it with the right arm. And then release. We have a left side to do, so we'll bring the hands placed at the top of the mat and then press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, come forward to plank, bring that left knee to the left elbow and hover. Inhale, press back, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose, engage the core, maybe round the back. Inhale, press back, three-legged dog. And then exhale, this time we bring the left knee to the right elbow, so across the body. You can stay here hovering, or you can extend that left leg, pivot on that right foot, open up the right arm to reach up and back behind you. So you're opening up the front body. And again, that left shoulder, elbow, and wrist are stacked on top of each other, so they're stable. Take another inhale here. And then exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat. Engage those adductors, those inside thigh muscles. Lift up that leg, bring it under, and step back. Downward facing dog. From here, we're going to come down to the knees. Again, and then sit back. From here, we're going to allow that right ear to find the right shoulder. We're going to walk the left arm out away from us, getting a nice stretch in that left neck and shoulder. If you would like, you're welcome to let that right hand rest gently on top of the head. So not forcing the head into a position it doesn't want to go, but just adding a little gentle pressure. And releasing that right hand, bringing the head back up. We'll let the left shoulder or left ear find the left shoulder. Walk the right hand away from you. Seeing how it feels here. You can always do this seated in any other position as well if that's more comfortable for you. And let that left hand find the head. If that feels okay, adding just a little bit of gentle pressure to add to that stretch on that right side body, or right side. Releasing that left hand from the head, bringing the head back up to neutral. From here, we are going to come into camel pose. So I haven't done this one in a while. So coming to tall kneeling or standing on our knees, we are going to start by bringing our hands to the small of our backs. So we have that open heart, shoulders kind of rolled back. We're going to start by pressing our hips forward and engaging the core. So those hips stay about over the knees, but you're beginning to press them forward, engaging the core, and then placing those shoulders on a shelf behind you. So shining your heart up towards the sky, opening up the throat, so that just like we did in that cow pose earlier, so reaching the crown of the head back behind you. So this doesn't have to go into your low back. It can really be an upper back bend. My shoulders reach behind me, the crown of my head reaches behind me, but my core is engaged and my hips press forward. From here, if your back feels good, you can go lower into your back, but still make sure that your hips stay on top of your knees, your core is still engaged. If you feel okay here, you're welcome to reach back and grab that right ankle. You can do a one-handed camel if you keep that right hip pressing forward so you're not twisting, but you keep your right hip pressing forward and reach back with the left hand. You can come up gently, maybe do the other side, releasing that left hand to the left hip or left ankle, but keeping that left hip pressing forward because you don't want to end up twisting towards the left. Then you're reaching back with that right arm, still keeping the core engaged to protect that low back. From here, bring that right hand back to the small of the back and gently, carefully come back up. That was half camel. So from here, we'll take a seat again, and we're going to bring the right knee so that it is on top of the left knee, coming into cow face pose. So right knee is on top, left knee is on bottom, feet are about at the same level, mid-thigh maybe. And so we're gonna bring our right arm and our left arm out to the side, bring that right arm underneath the left, and you can either take a nice self-hug, you can bring the backs of the hands together, or if you have long arms, it might be possible to bring the palms of the hands together. And then really reach the elbows up to the same height as the shoulders, and then reach the elbows forward out in front of you without rounding the back. So the back is staying the same, but you're not hugging the shoulders back. You're kind of reaching them forward, getting a nice stretch in the upper back, across the upper back. From here, begin to tilt the hands to the right and the head to the left. So the hands and the head tilt opposite directions. And bring them back to center tilt the opposite way. The hands tilt away from the head. And then come back to center. Unwind the hands. Very nice. You shake it out. And then we will take opposite leg on top. So switching the legs. Inhale, open up the arms wide. And then exhale, left arm is underneath. So that left leg is on top, the left arm is underneath. And again, you can give yourself that hug. Find the palms meeting the backs of the hands. Wherever you are, lift the elbows up and then reach them out in front of you, keeping that core stable so the ribs are still over the hips. Continue to breathe here. And then tilt those hands to the right, head to the left. And then bring them back to center. And then opposite tilt. And then back to center. Releasing the arms, shaking it out, releasing the legs. I'll take a wide leg, seated posture. And then from here, we're going to reach our arms out in front of us, interlace our hands, and begin to stir our imaginary pot. So really exploring the low back, the hips, maybe the glutes and the hamstrings begin to act or begin to talk to you. You can make your pot as big or as small as you want, as dramatic or as conservative as you like. And then begin to move the other way. And then coming back to the middle, evening out. Nice. From here, we'll bring that right knee in so the right foot finds the left thigh. And then reaching the arms up as we take an inhale, face that left foot. Exhale, hinge at the hips, keeping that long spine, and find the shin, the ankle, or the toes. You might begin to feel a stretch in the back of that left thigh, those hamstrings. As you inhale, maybe imagine your breath going into that area that feels tight, creating space. And then exhale, imagining yourself relaxing into that new space. From here, inhale, reach forward and then rise back up. And then exhale, plant your hands to the mat. We're going to plant that right hand kind of behind us out to the side of that right hip. And then we're going to bring that left foot or the left knee so that it's bent behind us. As you inhale, reach that left arm out and around and then lift up the hips using that right arm as support, opening up the heart, opening up the hips. Maybe letting that throat be exposed in honor of our throat chakra, of speaking our truth and not being afraid of judgment as we speak our truth. Take one more inhale here, and then exhale, come back down. From here, extend the legs, that wide leg again, and then bring that left foot to the right thigh. On an inhale, reach the arms up, face that right foot, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, reach forward, finding that shin, ankle, or toes. The shoulders going to roll down the back, keeping the spine long. And then notice if you feel that stretch in the back of your right thigh and those hamstrings. And breathing into it, acknowledging that there's a sensation, and allowing your body to relax. Inhale, reach forward and rise up. Then exhale, plant that left hand behind you slightly out to the left. Bring that right knee so that it's bent back. So both knees are 90-90. And then reach that right arm out to the side as you inhale, sweep it out and around, lift up the hips, supporting yourself on that left arm, reaching that right arm up and back. I always feel this big opening right in this right hip, so the hip flexors are opening up. Continuing to breathe, take one more inhale here, and then exhale, come back down. Very nice. Roll out the shoulders. And then from here, we'll reach the feet out in front of us. So we did a forward fold to each side. Now we'll do one together, together like both legs. Inhale, arms come out and up. And then exhale, hinge at the hips, reach forward, shins, ankles, or toes. Take a round of breath here. And on your next inhale, reach forward, rise up. From here, we'll begin to exhale, lower down to the mat slowly with control. And then placing the feet on the mat, knees pointing up to the sky. We're going to have our arms down by our sides. We're coming to bridge pose. So on an inhale, we lift the hips up towards the sky. Knees stay on top of the heels. Knees are pointing forward, so they're in line with the heels and the toes. And we keep the core engaged, those quads lifting us up. Glutes are engaged. And then exhale, slowly lower back down. Inhale, lift up into bridge pose. Exhale with control, lower down. Option to do one-legged, extending that right leg, just an option. Inhale, coming up to bridge. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up to bridge, pressing down through that left foot. Exhale, lower down, and let that right foot come down to the mat. We'll do the opposite side if you would like. Otherwise, continue to keep both feet on the mat. But if you want, extend that left foot. And on your inhale, lift the hips up, strong core, one line of energy from the knees through the hips to the shoulders. And then exhale, lower down. On your inhale, lift up with control, strong core. Exhale, lower. Bring that left foot down. Walk the feet wide to the edges of the mat, and then windshield wiper the knees back and forth. And then bringing the feet back to center, knees pointing up to the sky. We'll bring that right ankle to the left knee. We're going to come to supine pigeon or figure four. So if we ever do forward pigeon or traditional pigeon and that doesn't work for you, you can always do this instead. So from here, we'll let that left foot float up off the mat. You can stay here, or you can wrap your fingers around that left thigh. Maybe add a gentle pull on that left thigh until you begin to feel a stretch in the outside of that right hip. Letting the shoulders relax towards the earth. Continuing to breathe here. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, releasing the hands, releasing the feet to the earth. Maybe kind of shaking it out, extending the legs, bending the knees, and then walking them back in. We'll take the opposite side, so that right foot is on the earth. This time the left ankle comes to the right knee. Let that left knee fall out, and then letting that right foot float up off the mat, finding the hands behind the thigh. Pull the thigh towards you if that adds a comfortable, enjoyable stretching sensation. Maybe sensing that stretching in the left thigh, the left glute. Breathing into it, allowing yourself to relax into it. Reminding yourself that it's a healthy stretch. If it is a painful stretch, always being humble enough to come back out of it and to release it, to not force your body into anything that hurts. And then take an inhale here, exhale, release the hands, let the right foot float down, release the left foot. And again, walking the feet wide, you can windshield wiper, releasing any unnecessary tension that may have developed. And then bringing the knees back to center. From here, we'll take a full body stretch, fingertips to toes, reaching long, and then relax. We'll begin to bring the knees into heart center, giving ourselves a hug. rocking side to side. And then bringing the arms out to the sides, let the knees fall to the left side for a twist, relaxing that top hip. The gaze goes away from the knees. Again, bringing your attention to that slow, steady breath. Inhaling the knees through center, bringing the head back to center. Exhaling, let the knees fall to the right side. Maybe your gaze goes to the left. We're calling to mind our intention for the practice to balance the throat chakra. So maybe noticing the quality of your thoughts right now. If they're directed at yourself or at others, maybe letting them soften and be more compassionate. Inhaling, bringing the knees back to center. And then reaching the hands between the knees, find the inner arches of the feet and find happy baby. So your feet look like they're standing on the ceiling. You can rock back and forth, bringing some motion into the posture, letting the low back release, maybe finding that groin or hip opening. And as you're ready, releasing the hands from the feet, bringing the knees into heart center again, giving yourself a big hug, and then relaxing into Shavasana, our final pose of the practice, corpse pose. So the toes fall out to the sides, hands are out along our sides, palms are up in a gesture of receiving. If this is uncomfortable for you for whatever reason, you're always welcome to take any other position. I recommend maybe taking the feet wide, bending the knees, and letting the knees fall in towards each other. It can be helpful for the low back, especially if it's tight. Whatever posture you have chosen today, just know that the next minute or so is dedicated to just allowing you to be present on your mat without having any responsibilities. Being able to simply rest. So if any thoughts come wandering into your mind, you can observe them, but then let them go, like an ocean wave coming onto shore and then going back out to sea. Imagining all of the muscles in your body relaxing. Imagining the bones growing heavy and sinking towards the earth. Maybe the tongue releases from the roof of the mouth. The jaw relaxes. The muscles around your eyes smooth. Gently bringing your awareness back to the surface. Begin to deepen your breath. Begin to introduce small movements, be wiggling your fingers and toes, or rocking your head side to side. As you're ready, bring your knees into heart center, and then rolling to your side using one arm as a pillow. Stay here for a moment, just noticing how you feel, knowing that you created this feeling, that you have access to this at any time, any place. On an inhale, using the strength of your arms, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. You can keep your eyes closed or rest your gaze downward. Then bring your hands to heart center. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you.